What's up guys? Welcome to my first Rise of Kingdom tier list video. I've seen people making video on Legendary Commander ranking, but no one ever made a video on Commander pairing tier list. In Rise of Kingdoms, you need to have two commanders together for one merge. Therefore, it's better for you to know which pairing are the best so you can start focus working on them. For today's video, I will be ranking best pairing commander for mass PvP. I hope this video will help you prepare for your upcoming KVK. Let's start right into it. First on the list we have Leo and Sun Tzu. Lots of AOE damages, very tanky, and a lot of rage. Definitely S rank. Next one to be rank is Saladin and YSG. Very high DPS, a lot of AOE, and could be very tanky as well. Definitely S or S minus. Next one we have is Guan Yu and Leo. These two commanders are made to be together. Lot of AOE damages. Guan Yu AOE Silence, very effective on mass PvP. Definitely S rank. Next one we have is Richard and YSG. Very tanky with a lot of AOE. S minus or A plus rank in my opinion. Next one we have is Richard and Leo. Super tanky with a little bit of AOE damages. Either A or A plus. I would say they are A plus. Next one we have Saladin and Takeda. Very tanky, even tankier than some of infantry commander. A lot of damages. Definitely S plus rank in my opinion. Next one we have is Richard and Sun Tzu. A very effective combo. I love this combo. I use it all the time. Very tanky, a lot of AOE damages. S rank definitely could be or S minus. Next one we have is Saladin and Can. Single DPS, very high single DPS damage, tanky as well. Could be either A plus or S minus. Next one is Can and Takeda. Very high DPS, tanky as well. The only downside is Can getting targeted a lot on open fields, so I would say he either S minus or A plus. Next one is Guan Yu and Sun Tzu. A lot of AOE damages, a little tankiness there, and a lot of rage going on. I would say S minus or S rank. Next one we have is Guan Yu and Mehmed. A lot of AOE damage again. They can bring a little bit more troop due to Mehmed's troop capacity increase. Definitely S minus. Next one we have a Constatine and Leo. Tanky, provide constant buff on the battlefield. A plus in my opinion. Next one on the list is Alex and YSG. Good debuffing, good AOE damages, a little bit squishy. I would say either A or A plus. Next up we have Guan Yu and Charmatel. AOE damage, tanky. I would say A plus. Next one we have Leo and YSG. Both have AOE damages. YSG 50% skill damage, work for both commander. Definitely in the S rank or S plus rank. Like tanky and a lot of AOE damage, definitely S plus rank in my opinion. Next one we have Constatine and Joan. Very good support. The only downside that they cannot deal a lot of damages. I would say A rank. Next up is Richard and Charmatel, a super tanky pair. The only downside is that they have very low DPS, so I would say they are A. Next up we have Alex and Sun Tzu, both infantry commander, provide a lot of debuff and AOE damages. I would say they are somewhere in A plus or S minus. Next up, we have Guan Yu and YSG. Both can deal amazing amount of AOE damages. The only downside are they both squishy and an easy target on the open field. They are either somewhere in A plus or A rank. Next up, we have Guan Yu again pairing with Julius Caesar. AOE damage again. JC can bring a little bit of tankiness. He has some damage reduction. He can bring a little bit more troop for his troop capacity increase. Definitely A plus or S minus. I would say S minus. Next one, we have my favorite pair of all time, Charm Martel and YSG. Tanky, lots of AOE damages. YSG gets the damage boost from Charm Martel first skill. Definitely S plus rank in my opinion. You cannot go wrong with Charm Martel and YSG. Next one, we have the new Archer Commander, Artemisia and YSG. A lot of AOE damages. The only downside is that they are a little squishy. I would say A plus rank. Next one, we have Edward and Tomyris. Very high single DPS damage with amazing debuff. I would say they are in either A plus or S minus. Next one, we have Leo and Mehmed. Both commander have AOE damages. Mehmed's active skill damage increase also work on Leo. So can be very well on the open field. I would say S minus. We also have Saladin and Mehmed. Again, very high DPS with a little bit of AOE damages there and a little bit more troop capacity. S minus in my opinion. Next one, we have Edward and YSG. Very high DPS, but very squishy as they do not have any defense buff. Could work well on the open field if you don't get target. So I say either A plus or A rank. Next one, we have Charm Martel and YSG. Charm Martel and Sun Tzu. Two infantry commander, very tanky, a lot of AOE damages on the open field. Also one of my favorite pairing. I would say S rank. Next one, we have a support pairing, which is Richard and Joan. Very tanky with a lot of buff. The only downside is that they don't do a lot of damages. Definitely A rank in my opinion. Next one, we have a mixture pairing. Aethelflead and JC provide a little debuff on the open field, little AOE damages. A rank in my opinion. Next one, we have Richard and Aethelflead. This also a mixed troop pairing. You should bring 99% infantry, 1% cavalry, and 1% archer. Can work very well on the open field as well. Somewhere in between A and A plus rank. And last and not least, we have Richard and Alex, one of my favorite pairing commander. Very tanky with very high single DPS damage and debuff on the battlefield. I would definitely say they are in the S plus rank. And that is the list that I have for you guys today. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.